one of the cable shows, the shootout in California, where two guys had all this body armor on.
Yep.
They had AK-47s.
Yeah.
Shows the Los Angeles Police Department guys with Glock 9.
A few years ago, that was a bank robbery.
Yeah, it was a bank robbery, and they were popping these guys and they were bouncing off them.
Yep.
They had all this armor, and they did not have the firepower. They actually had to go to a gun shop. The guy opened this gun shop
got the guns.
so the cops could get the automatic weapons so they could fight these. They finally took them down.
Well, yeah, actually one of them took his life, I think, and one of them had shot himself.
One of them was dying behind a police cruiser.
Right, and the other guy
killed
shot
himself to get an EMT to him, and he didn't make it, you know. But when you get down there, the automatic weapons they got, they're the latest in weaponry that the military has, so you're going to be familiarize yourself with that, you know. But you're really gonna really enjoy.
Well, I'm excited. He also told me I'm going to bring some pictures. He said everyone has. I'm bringing the camera down. And he also told me that I believe that everyone gets a set of pictures down there. So we'll bring it back to the viewers and get to see me in action.
Oh, absolutely.
And, you know.
Yeah, and you want to get maybe a DVD while you're down there. They'll probably give you one about how the guys train and their jumping. I've asked the Army to make that available to me for the show that we do when we do United We Stand, which is the veteran show that we do. But I got to tell you, you know, it's going to be great. You're really going to like it.
Well, you know, I'd really like to. It's credit to the show United We Stand, yourself, all the hard work, and especially Sergeant Ray Zorn, who's not there anymore. You know,
he moved over to Michigan.
Sergeant Andre Soares, and you know, they really you can't. I've never seen a set of guys like that in my life. They go far and beyond what they need to do.
Well, that's why we took them all out to dinner, 18 of them over to Govern's not long ago.
Yeah, and that was a good time, too. That was a good time, too.
I enjoy those guys because most of them have done 2 tours in Iraq. And like that first sergeant, nice lady, she turned around and she said, I'm so sick of eating out of cans.
Yeah.
And I believe her, you know, and they had a great meal at McGovern's restaurant. Boy, I'll tell you, when you order something there, excuse me, you're going to get double. You know, you're never going to finish that meal that they give you. You're always going to take half home. So you're getting 2 meals for the price of one.
Yeah, that's great.
Which is all right, you know. But I know you're going to bring me back some souvenirs, so.
Oh, you know what? I'll let you know. I don't know. What if I just sign up and stay? I might stay. I haven't told my girlfriend that. I might just stay. I might not come back.
I don't know. It's not a bad life, but like when we have them on the show, we talked about the fact that when I first went in the Army a lot of years ago, there was a draft. There were no bonuses. There were no incentives.
Yeah.
You got drafted and that's it. You went in, you know. Today, $40,000, $80,000, go to college, all expenses paid. Not
everybody makes it.
I can't believe this, you know.
Not everybody makes it now, right?
No, very difficult to get in. It isn't something that you just sign up. You know, it just don't happen that way. You know, so you got to be smart. You got to pass you go to MEPS, Military Entrance and Processing Station. You got to run through. When I used to go there, I see guys actually disqualified for having too many pimples. You know. They disqualify you
because of pimples.
Yeah, because they feel that if you're somewhere where they can't treat you and they get infected. There's nothing, they don't want to run into that problem. Like the military got out of the correction business. There's very few stockades anymore unless it's a felony.
Right.
But other than that, they got out of the police officer business. They don't have time for that. If you're not going to cut the mustard in the Army, they put you out. You know what I mean? They don't want to be in that business, you know. They're in the business to run an Army. Not to be social reformers, you know.
Well, you know, I don't know. I've never been there. I don't know anything about it. All I know about the Army is what I know from sitting behind the scenes of United We Stand and watching them guys. And,
watching those guys,
you know, and I'm listening. So now I'm going to get a little taste. Just a little taste.
Yeah, you notice one thing about Fort Bragg. Nobody, when you're undercover, fine. That means when you're under a roof. Other than that, and I believe it's still the same way when I was down, other than that, you double time everywhere. The minute you leave a building, you got to run to the next building. You don't do that? No, not you. I'm saying, you'll notice, you'll say, is everybody in a hurry around here? No, that's just the way it is, you know.
I remember when I was in the police academy?
I don't know if they still do it, but...
When I was in the police academy, right, it was actually in, it was Plymouth, but we were in Pembroke. And at that time, they were redoing, they were knocking down the old Plymouth prison up there. And you know where they sent us for the academy?
Yeah.
In a grammar school. So we used to park at the, they still kept the gymnasium at the Plymouth jail.
Sure.
So we parked there. School bus would meet, here we are, all of us in our, uniforms, and they were just like tan-looking uniforms, actually kind of geeky looking, and boom, on a school bus. We get there we are, kindergarten kids, first grade kids, and here we come, about 30 of
Oh, yeah?
right behind them, like we're going to school. But you know what? The kids used to look at us and like, what's wrong with these guys? Because everywhere we walked, Roland, we had to cut a corner. We couldn't talk, walk, cut the corner, and keep going. So kids thought we were robots for a while, Every time they saw us, they'd run away. That was kind of, humiliating. It's not humiliating, but a little bit of humility I learned there. That they broke you right down to size. Here I am, and learning how to be a police officer and going through the training, and I'm inside of a school with a kindergarten.
I don't know what these guys are going to do, Chris, but I needed to touch base with you on this. What happens during difficult times with unemployment is that the Army doesn't have to knock itself out, neither does the Marines or the Navy.
Yep.
The Navy never has to knock itself out for people to join or enlist. The Air Force and the Navy are technical groups. The Marines and the Army are combat units, per se. Individual combat units, they're the grunts. They're the trench people. The Navy and the Air Force are highly technical units. A lot of technical in the Army and Marine Corps also, but they have a different mission, Whenever unemployment goes up and it gets bad, that's when the recruiting officers start filling up. And that's when the military decides that they want the cream of the crop. They make it more difficult to get in. It's just not that easy, So I happen to have a copy of the Herald News that I brought. Outlook worsens
for job
seekers.
16%. 60%.
I looked. I gotta do this. All right, I gotta do this. This may not be kosher, but I gotta do this. First of all, mortgagee sales, foreclosures, totally unacceptable. All right, but you go over to Help Wanted.
Is this the Help Wanted section?
There's let me see. I'll tell you something. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 advertisements for individuals. 16 now. Customer rep, salesman, line cook, seasonal flower arrangers,
Ooh, I like that job.
secretary for dental office, a switchboard operator, a carpet crew, auto body technician, and a certified medication technician. It doesn't say much, you know what I'm saying? Because it appears that there's no industry in the city of Fall River to accommodate the population of people who need jobs.
Could you agree that a city needs to have industry to be a city? I mean, it's common
Well, a
knowledge
city
that-
like Fall River
Right,
does because
of
it
course.
was built on manufacturing.
Right, and actually, we had the reason that this was such a popular, this place was hopping back then, and the reason was because of the Quequechan River, when it was still open.
Yeah.
You know how many mills were powered by that river? That's why we were the cotton, corner of the world.
Sure.
This is where we were.
Yeah.
And Fall River was very, Fall River had everything
Yeah,
here.
right.
And I see pictures now, South Main Street, how live it was. I mean, you must have been around in that time. It was, I don't want to put any age on you, but
But you got to remember, no, that's okay, because it's true. I'm glad I made it this far so far. So I made it this far so far, okay?
yeah, that's, well, you've
I
made
was a
you've lived
sweeper in the
long enough.
mills. I worked in the Bowen Mills as a kid when I was 15 years old. After school, that's where you had to work. You see, it was totally and socially unacceptable not to be working when you were growing up in Fall River as a young person. If you could set up pins, sell papers, if you could collect trash and go sell it to the junkyard, the rag man would come around. If you could do that, that's what you did. You had to function in the family, and you had to bring money in, whether it was 75 cents a week or $1, put it on the table, your mother would take it, that would help the family. Things were very tough.
Hey, take me back
You know what I'm
to, you know
saying?
what, take me back on a Saturday, okay? Saturday.
Yeah.